Hey guys, what's up? It's World Series G here, and we're heading down to South Beach because I'm back with a new team breakdown for you. So if you haven't checked out my other team breakdowns, please give them a look. If you got a specific team you want to get broken down, please let me know. Write it in the comments. I'll hop to it for you. I've already done one for one subscriber, so you could be next. Other than that, you know why I'm here. I'm helping you try to win with whatever team you want, man. That's what we want. If I can help you just get a little bit better and turn them L's into W's, that's all I want. And if you like that, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Not everybody wants to play with the Warriors. Sometimes you want to surprise your friends with a new team and get that W. That's why I'm here. So just like and subscribe. But before you even start playing, you got to know your players. You got to know your personnel. So we're going to get into this Heat's roster, and we're going to do it right now. So let's get to know the Miami Heat. So we start with the big man in the middle, Hassan Whiteside, Goran Dragic, James Johnson, Kelly Olynyk, Wayne Ellington, Tyler Johnson, Justice Winslow, Josh Richardson, Bam, Jordan Mickey, Dion Waiters, who's hurt, Derrick Jones Jr., Udonis Haslem, who I'm assuming is just an assistant coach at this point. I didn't even know he still played. A.J. Hammond, big man from Purdue, Rodney McGruder, Derek Walton Jr., Okaro White, and that's pretty much the roster. So let's get to the guys that are important. Your big two at the top, Hassan Whiteside, Goran Dragic. The key to your success, you're going to want to run some pick and roll with these two. Dragic is a slasher, attacker, three-point shooter. He does it pretty much all. You're going to need him. He's going to run your ship. Hassan Whiteside is that guy in the middle who's going to finish all that action. Then you got James Johnson, Olynyk, Ellington. Ellington's my guy. Sharpshooter. There's some good plays in the playbook that's going to get him open to knock down some threes. So definitely you want Wayne Ellington, even if he's not your starter. 6-man, once he comes in, just start running offense for him. Then you got Tyler Johnson, Justice Winslow, who's your best defender. So even if you don't want to start him, he's going to play some crucial minutes for you if you need to get some stops. Your offense/defensive lineups are going to be different, so that's a little interesting using this team because you're going to have to choose whether you want to go offense or you want to go defense. My offensive lineup would be Dragic and Whiteside, obviously. They're probably in both lineups, honestly. And then I'm just going to want to shoot. So I'm going to go Olynyk at the 4, Ellington at the 2, and then Richardson at the 3. So I'm going to have those two run pick and rolls, and then you just got shooters to space the floor. If you want to get defensive, you're probably going to have James Johnson at the 4, which is why they probably start him to begin with. And then you're going to want Justice Winslow, who's going to have to guard your best guy. I mean, he's the only guy who's actually any good defensively, honestly. It's going to be more scheme. And then Josh Richardson, because you want a little more length than Tyler Johnson. So that's more of a defensive lineup. So you're going to have to pick and choose with that. You might want to blend it, or you want to go, it depends on situations. But these 8 guys are going to be your basic guys. When Dion Waiters comes back, you can fit him in somewhere. It's just an extra guard for you guys to use. He's more of an attack guard. But at least you have a basic understanding of the guys you're going to need to really be effective with this Heat team. And let's get into how we're going to be effective with them in the offense. So we're going to go into that right now. Like any good coach, every good player needs a game plan. So this Heat's game plan is going to go around its best 2 players, Hassan Whiteside and Goran Dragic. We're going to play the pick and roll game. It's the simplest game, but it can be really tough to defend when done properly. Here you're just seeing a few clips of this pick and roll action working to perfection. Goran Dragic is tough, man. He's actually underrated. He's got a low rating, but he's a real offensive star. He can really do it. He can shoot. He can drive. He's kind of tall, so it helps him to finish. He's really good, and we all know Hassan Whiteside's a beast, grabbing rebounds, dunking on people's heads. Like, that's no big deal. So, I mean, you start with that pick and roll right there. You're already about 40-50% into a good offense. Here's something else I like from this team, man. They got Wayne Ellington, and they run some good plays for this guy to shoot those threes. Right here is one quick 32 flare, and you saw right there, that was the flare screen. So basically, it starts with a misdirection. And if you didn't want to, right there, if James Johnson put a good screen on, Josh Robinson right there could have had the three. But that's where you really see it right there. That flare screen that popped up from Hassan Whiteside, that pops him wide open for the three. Here again, you're going to see it. This time on the opposite side, same thing. We get the flare, but Robinson, first team all defense, is on the play. So what do? We go into a pick and roll, and bang, basket for Hassan Whiteside. So you already know, man, when you play offense, you can't just, go with what the plays tell you. You got to be creative. You got to use some creativity. You got to not be stuck with what it tells you. You got to be able to improvise. I mean, basketball is all about reading and reacting, man. So you want to use these plays as a baseline, but obviously you don't want to live by them because that's how you're going to get burnt. And when you play really advanced guys, they're going to see it. It's the plays sometimes come out too slow, and you're hoping the computer guy hits a screen for you. And sometimes it just doesn't work. So you just got to be able to create. But other than that, man, let's get into the defense. Already right now, you can see my defensive settings for the Heat. I like to play a conservative game plan. That's usually my game plan in general overall. I like to, especially on the pick and roll, we're going to fight over. But the big man is going to protect the paint. And when you got a big man like Hassan Whiteside, that's what you want to do. So we're going to do we're going to catch hedge basically, unless it's guard to guard action. And what I like to do is I adjust according to matchups. The Rockets, a team, actually, it's my favorite team to actually play with. So I know their personnel real well. So basically, they're going to shoot a lot of threes. And the non-driving guys, I'm going to play them tight. Like PJ Tucker, I'm not really afraid of his drive that much, which I actually kind of got burned a little bit. But that's besides the point here. This is what I'm talking about. A nice guard-to-guard switch. You saw that right there. And what it did was it set up a really tough shot for Ryan Anderson. I mean, if the Rockets are going to shoot turnaround jumpers with Ryan Anderson, we'll take it all day. Here is a nice little pick and roll. You saw Hassan Whiteside catch hedge drop into the paint. But Ariza still scores, but that's because James Johnson finds himself out of position. He can't get back, and it leaves Hassan Whiteside in no man's land. So like I say, you can have all the settings in the world, but if you got poor execution, it really doesn't even matter. So here we're going to go into this other pick and roll action, and this is perfect guard-to-guard switch. Chris Paul tries to go downhill and gets completely cut off by Robinson? No, not Robinson. Richardson. Whoa, I forgot the guy's name. But look at that. James Harden just scores. Here again, let's look at the slowed down version. See? Richardson stops Paul, and he can't go in. It's off the downhill drive, and Chris Paul has to kick it out. Fortunately for him, he's got another all-star guard, and he just kind of works Tyler Johnson and gets the basket. But that's some guard-to-guard action, some pick and roll action. Those are usually the toughest things to use to kind of understand, because if you don't have good pick and roll coverage, because the game's default pick and roll coverage is very lacking, your team is going to struggle, especially if you play online. Someone like me, if I see that, I'm going to eat you up if you don't have any type of settings. But yeah, learning those settings, and then on top of it, like you see in those examples, you still got to execute them properly. You'll be more effective and you'll be a better player. So it still takes practice, but I'm here to at least guide you in the right direction so you don't seem as confused and, struggling. I was at that point at one time where I just didn't understand. I was wondering why I sucked. I couldn't figure it out. Well, did suck, but I couldn't get to that next level. I'm just trying to help you get to that next level of play. So that's the Miami Heat breakdown. Now you can be effective with the Heat. Go out there and cook somebody with the Heat and be like, how did it happen? So that's that. This is World Series G. Like I always say, like, comment, and subscribe. And be on the lookout for another breakdown. It's coming soon. Probably another one's coming next week. Also, look out for my NCAA basketball videos that I got. Other than that, this is World Series G, and I'm signing out. Peace.